very cluttered studio. It's a work in progress. But welcome to my channel and my first YouTube video. In this video, I'll show you guys how I made my onigiri thing and my ichigo sando thing. I just show you guys two of those just because I need future content, so I can't show everything in the first video. We just met. Also, I really do hope you find me as a person quite entertaining to watch because I need that engagement. Yeah. Thank you! To start making the Ichigo Sando, I start with making the cream filling first. And the way I do it is I just create a isosceles triangle, I don't know. And then I shape the edges to be more rounded because I feel like rounded edges look cuter. After making the cream filling, I placed 3 strawberry pieces onto it. These are pre-made clay pieces that I got online. I do use pre-made pieces just because it allows me to cut down on cost and therefore I can price my items at a more affordable pricing for you guys. Now I'm making the bread part of the sandwich and I'm pretty much using the same technique I used to make the cream filling. Pretty much like the same isosceles, I think that's what it is, triangle with the curved edges, and I do use a different color. I've mixed it with acrylic paint and just regular white clay, and also I made it thinner. And now comes the fun part, not. Right here, I'm just cleaning any speck of dust, lint, whatsoever that's got onto the clay with a Stanley knife or X-Acto knife. No, X-Acto knife. And also using rubbing alcohol, or, well, it's not really rubbing alcohol now, isn't it? Paintbrush alcohol, and I'm just sticking an eye pin in there before baking so that I don't have to drill a hole after baking. And after I stick in the eye pins, I go back in with the paintbrush alcohol and also wearing a glove on just one hand, and I just swipe off or wipe off the fingerprints that's left onto the clay, and then I bake them after the alcohol has dried up. Now that it's baked and cooled down, I go back in with my X-Acto knife and just scrape off any like lint that I have missed or just stuff that I don't want to be on there. I just scrape it off with a very sharp X-Acto knife and it does the job. I wish I can have an X-Acto knife in my life. You know, things I don't want to just scrape it off. Anyways. Now comes my favorite part, resin time. Just kidding, it's not. So I'm just gonna resin the whole piece. I don't know what else is there to explain. I'm just putting resin and then curing it under a UV lamp. And then you're just gonna rinse and repeat for all the pieces. It's not bad, it's just very time consuming and like tedious because it's very sticky and annoying to work with, but it's not that bad. It's just not my favorite part. When it comes to the eye pin, I like to glob on a lot of resin on it to give it extra security, ensuring that it's not going to fall apart. It is now time to make some onigiris. It's pretty much the same method as the Ichigo Sandos, it's just shaping them into triangles and rounding the edges. Right here, I do have another piece that I'm replicating just because right now I'm making earrings and I want a pair that has similar shape and size. But if I were to make like keychains, it doesn't really bother me that one is bigger than the other, but since I'm making them into earrings, it's something that I really want to stress about to have them similar looking. That's just my personal taste. It is now time to make the seaweed part of the onigiri. So I just roll it into a ball and then flattening out, and then I'll use my dotting tool to roll it out. I do have a rolling pin now, but before, like when this video was filmed, I didn't have one, but now I do. I've upgraded, so now I'm just gonna like roll it as thin as I'd like it to be. You can have like precise measurements, but if you know me, I don't do precise measurements. I'm a very go with the flow type of girl. All of the clay pieces you see that I make, they're all uniquely different because of that reason. So yeah, that's just the vibe of my branding. You know, go with the flow, not precise, lopsided. That's how I'm selling myself pretty much, yep. If you think I'm measuring right here, no I'm not. I just need a straight edge to like guide me to cut the seaweed. But as far as like the thickness and the width of the seaweed, it's just whatever I feel like doing. So I'm just gonna cut off all 4 edges of the rounded parts, and then I just cut them into strips. And it's pretty much like making real onigiri. You're just gonna wrap around the seaweed from the front to the back, and whatever excess there is, I'll just use the X-Acto knife to cut it off. And you kind of want to like put the seaweed onto the onigiri body pretty like well, but do not like smush it. It's kind of like this perfect balance of like hard but soft. Now I'm just using a dotting tool to create indents of where I want the eyes and mouth to be. This kind of serves like a guide for where I need to paint after I bake them. Also, it's so much easier to paint them when there's like this dip in it, like the indentations. It also like looks better in my opinion. And to finish it off, I like to add little chicks to all my clay pieces, also to my drawings. It's like my little signature. I think it just makes the art looks cuter. After baking, I paint the eyes and mouth with brown paint. Right now, in this video, I'm using a toothpick and acrylic paint, but now, like present me right now talking to you, I've invested in Posca paint pens, and it is a lifesaver. It saves so much time and so much stress. So I definitely recommend you to get Posca paint pens if you plan on making these type of clay pieces, because the toothpick and acrylic paint is just too time consuming, and honestly, it gives my hands cramps. So the next few clips are pretty self-explanatory, and also some steps are a repeat of the Ichigo Sando. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and let you enjoy the video and the music, and just let you relax and watch what I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, I'm back to say goodbye to you, and also to thank you for watching the whole video. I hope I mean, like, yes, because if you're here, you watched all video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my first video, and I hope you found it interesting, entertaining, useful. I don't know about that, but if you did, then something wrong with you. Just kidding. Um, but yes, something just fell. Let me know what you guys like to watch of me. That sounded so wrong. Let me know what sort of content you want me to put out, whether like more of my life, more of like studio content. Let me know down below. Oh, would you like a tutorial of like crochet? You know, I can do that too. Um, yes, just let me know what you wanna watch. I'll cater to you, kinda.